Hi guys, in this video we are going to talk about a Performance Max campaign. It will be a two-part videos. In the first part I will be talking about how the Performance Max is different than any other campaign which we have in a Google ad and what are the pre-requirement for the Performance Max. In this video I will tell you how you can take a full advantage of the Performance Max campaign. So first of all, what is the Google Ad Performance Max campaign? Performance Max is a latest ad campaign which is designed to get you the best possible result across multiple channels. As you can see, with the help of Performance Max campaign, this is one campaign which can target your YouTube, your display, your Google search, your discovery, Gmail, and Maps. Okay, so this with the if you're going to run a Performance Max campaign, your ad gonna display across all Google network, which is listed up here. Before the Performance Max campaign, we have the choice to choose the shopping ad or discovery ad, search ad, video ad, display ad. We can create a separate campaign according to our needs. So if we want to run a search ad, we only make a search ad campaign. If we need to run a display ad, then we just make a display ad campaign. But here the Performance Max is totally different. It is one campaign running with all of this ad. The second key differentiator was the Google ads were based on keywords and network targeting, but Performance Max has totally changed that one. It is more on goal and audience based campaign. So I will talk about how is Performance Max is a goal oriented, and then how it is heavily rely on the audience. Okay, the third point is, before Performance Max we were optimizing our campaign for the conversion rather than the goal. So the basic metric we use was, okay, we want this is the conversion, this one is we are targeting. But in Performance Max it's all is goal oriented based. And then the fourth main difference is we had more control on our ad copy before Performance Max, or I can say on before responsive search ad, because Performance Max has a responsive search ad built in it. So like we give 15 headlines, like 4 description and long description and short description. And before that responsive or before the Performance Max campaign, normally we have a text-based ad, like we give them a 3 headline, 3 description, and we tell them, okay, this is the first thing which is gonna appear in the headline, this is the second headline, and this is the third headline. But with the responsive search ad and with the Performance Max campaign, we don't have a control on that one, as like we give Google like a 15 headline, like 4 description and long and short description, and then Google mix and match and give us a lot of combination. Okay, and with the Performance Max campaign we can target, as I said before, we can target all of the platform in one campaign: search, shopping, discovery, video, or display ad. The second most important thing with the Performance Max campaign is goals. It is goal and audience targeting based. So what do I mean by that is, in other campaigns or in other campaign type, we were more on conversion base, like we give them the Google conversion and we optimize for the conversion. But in Performance Max it is more about goals and audience targeting. So what do I mean by that is, if we give a Performance Max a goal, so it will optimize towards that goal. Either it's a lead goal, either it's a conversion goal, or any other goal you give it to the Performance Max campaign. Plus it heavily rely on our audience targeting. So we tell them, okay, this kind of persona or this kind of audience we are targeting. So that gives a Performance Max a starting point to start with that kind of audience, and then it optimizes towards that audience. So it's heavily rely on goals and audience targeting. The third most important thing about Performance Max campaign, you have to have your tracking set up right, because it's a machine learning, it's a heavily rely on machine learning. So if our tracking is not set up properly, it will give a false signal to Performance Max campaign, and we wouldn't be able to achieve the result we want to achieve with the Performance Max campaign. So setting up a tracking is a must, and having a right tracking is like a top priority for the Performance Max campaign. With the Performance Max campaign, the fourth thing is you can increase your awareness across all Google platforms, as it run across all of the Google platforms. So what it does, it increase the awareness for your brand across, like from search, shopping, discovery, video, and display ad. And the fifth thing with the Performance Max campaign, it will help you to create more prospecting and retargeting within one campaign. Because as I said, that if you give a goal to Performance Max campaign and give the audience, it is the starting point for the Performance Max campaign. So it doesn't, let's say if you give him a one audience, so it doesn't stay with that audience. It is a starting point for the for Performance Max campaign, and then it explore all other audience and see which one turn better, or which one can bring more conversion. So it is a great for prospecting, and then within itself in the Performance Max campaign, it has a retargeting. So with the prospecting, it go with all of the new user or all of the new audience which haven't heard about your brand. So it help Performance Max to create a prospecting for you, and then once they visit on your site, and then with the same Performance Max campaign, it has a inbuilt retargeting option. So it help to create a remarketing campaign within the Performance Max campaign. Okay, and there is a three pillar for the Performance Max campaign. One is goal, one is asset, and one is audience. So we provide a goal to Google to optimize towards that goal. Okay, the second base of the Performance Max campaign is your creative which needed for your ad. It can be like your images, your video, your logo, your brand logo, or anything comes in the asset. So that sits in the asset. The third most important thing is your audience. So who will see your ad? So you build a different audience, like a different kind of audience within your Performance Max campaign, and see who will convert better. So in here, one of the most important thing before we run the Performance Max campaign, we ask our client to make its audience persona. So what sort of people they are trying to reach. So having that initial research on the on your persona will help you great to optimize your Performance Max campaign. So having a right goal, having a right asset, and having a right audience to target will help to increase the Performance Max campaign result. Okay, the next thing is the audience signal. So in audience signal, we arrange the asset group by audience. So if you have run the Google ad before, we know that we have a different kind of ad group in one campaign, and then every ad group has its own keyword. So every unique keywords, we bundle them together in one ad group. Same with the asset group in a Performance Max campaign. So every audience gets its own asset. So what do I mean by that is, let's say you are running for a running shoes, then one of your running shoes for a woman, so that is your one audience, and then you want to have the asset related to the woman shoes rather than the men shoes. So if you are creating a men shoes ad, then your audience become a men persona plus the men shoes, which is like your asset. So all the images in that audience gonna be men shoes, men running video, or any other asset you have made related to that audience. So every audience gets its own asset. There is a 4 ways to categorize audience signal. So one is the custom segment. So in the custom segments, this is the closest you can get to your keywords. Like here you can put up, in this section you can put up all the keywords related to your audience or related to your website. So if you're putting any keyword research or anything like that, you can put it in the custom segment. Customer data is like how they have reacted to your website. So if they have visited any specific page, or if you have any email data of the customer, so you can upload in a customer data. And interest and detailed demographics, so you can target people on according to their interest. If they are like cooking, or if they are liking bike racing, or if they are a office going people, it's all depend on your audience persona. And then demographic is where they are living, or what kind of age group, or anything like that. So these are the 4 main custom segments. So my highly recommendation is, like, whenever we do it, this is how we see it, we can optimize the Performance Max campaign as quickly as possible, is to, we do not target all of them in one audience or in one asset group. So every audience, we what we do is if we targeting a keyword, we only gonna set up all the keywords and then make a audience or making asset according to the keyword. So if we are targeting a email data, so we not gonna touch up custom segment or any other three option. We only gonna target the email list which we have, or how the customer have interacted with our client website or our own website. So that way is when the results are coming. When I will show you in one of our ad how we set up this. We have set up this thing, and then you can see that it is very easy to optimize the campaign and see what sort of interest or what sort of keyword or what sort of customer data or demographic or interest is working. Okay, so that is the main thing. So how the audience signal works. So this is a very important thing if you want to understand how the performance max work. So you provide Google with a desired keyword, your customer email list, your website data, their interest and detailed demographic. So what does Google does? Then Google ahead in that direction to achieve your goal, conversion goal, leads or any other goal. So but what it does, Google take those audience signal provided by you as a direction to start with, but it doesn't stop there. It will try to find a better audience for your original goal. So as I said, performance max is all about goal and audience. So you give it goal and then you give the audience, and once you give it them, that will be their starting point for the Google, but it will go beyond your audience and to find out what are the other audience works. So that's how the audience signal work. So as I said before, don't mix your audience signal. Have a separate asset group per audience signal, such as your keyword, your customer data, your interest and detailed demographic and demographic. So this will help you to figure out which one is working best and which one is underperforming. So that was just a secret tip, or that's what we see is working for us. Okay, so there are a few pre-requirement if you want to scale or if you want to reap a extra reward for your performance max performance. So first thing is set up a accurate conversion tracking. Make sure your conversion tracking is robust, so you are tracking every single thing which is matter for you. So it will provide more data to performance max, as it's a data driven. So more information you providing to the performance max, it will perform accordingly. The second most important thing is what is the minimum spend and the time frame, or what sort of expectation. So we recommend spend at least, if you have $100 a day to spend, because the thing is it gonna go everywhere, like your display ad, your YouTube, your search, your discovery, your email, everywhere. So having a less budget than $100 a day, it doesn't give a enough like oxygen to breathe performance max. It can work $50, $60, $70 a day, it can work, but it's gonna take longer than it will take longer to perform or longer to give us the data back. We normally, for our client, we say it need at least 90 days. So that's what I will see in all over our portfolio, that most of the account get really optimized within 90 days. So sometimes it can happen in 45 days, 46 days, but we normally say if we're gonna run a performance max campaign for one of our client or for any of them, so we set up the expectation $100 a day and at least 90 days before we fully optimize the campaign. And third thing is your persona. As we already discussed, that the main thing is here is the audience. So having a clear understanding of your own audience, so what sort of persona you are targeting, it can give you a really good result in a performance max campaign. Because more you know about your audience, you tell performance max campaign that okay, this is the type of audience I'm targeting, and then it will help performance max to perform better. And the fourth thing is optimize website. As we said, when we're gonna set up the ad, we will show you that it doesn't give us a destination. The Google will decide which page of the website is appropriate for the user who is going through your performance max ad. So having a optimized website with a lot of content on it, high quality content, will help performance max better. So make sure your website is optimized and have a relevant content according to the pages. Okay, so we do have the option to like exclude some sort of destination pages like about us, FAQ, or any other pages we don't want to include, but it asks the permission from us. Okay, where do you want to see the ad, or Google will finalize, or Google will decide which page of the website is better for the user. So having an optimized website for Performance Max campaign is a very important. Okay, so these are the main thing for the Performance Max. I hope it will set up a clear understanding what is Performance Max campaign, how it's different, and what are the pre-requirement for the Performance Max campaign. In our second video, we're gonna set up a campaign, and where I will show you how we do it here at DTech. And then if you find this video helpful, please like, and I will love to have your comments. If you have any comment or any question regarding the Performance Max, I will happy to help you out. And I will see you in the next video where we set up the Performance Max campaign with step by step. Thank you very much.